Are you in love with football? And what about sports betting? Do you want to earn really big money from it? Experts of BetFac prepare dozens of solid and safe predictions with high odds every day, so you can win a lot and stably. Just sign up through the link in the description and punish your bookie.
This weekend, it has to be all about Man United, Arsenal. Arsene Wenger's last time as Arsenal manager, taking on Man United.
Yeah.
There was a rivalry over the years that you've been heavily involved in, Fergie and Wenger.
Yeah, well, it's the biggest rivalry, I think, ever in the history of the Premier League. Look, do you know what I'm looking forward to most on Sunday is the ovation that the United fans give Wenger. And over the years, it has been hatred between United and Arsenal and United and Arsene Wenger. But they know full well that this man is an icon of the Premier League. And the way that he's changed and challenged United over the years, he will get an unbelievable reception on the weekend.
And of course, you played at Arsenal. Did you have many dealings with Arsene Wenger?
Well, I was actually, I worked as a kit woman. So as part of my job for Arsenal, I was washing the men's kit. So he used to come in and he was a very, very nice man. And our kit man was obviously kit man. Our manager was their kit man. So a lot of what he brought into the men's club came across to the women. The discipline, the nutrition, you know, the lack of alcohol, all of that transferred across.
What about this relationship between Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson? Because it's been heated over the years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was hatred. I mean, he came into English football. We didn't know anything about him. I remember coming home from an England get-together listening to Ian Wright, Ray Parlour, Tony Adams, Martin Keown talking about the things that Casey said that they brought in: nutrition, what diets they were having. They were getting weighed every day. They were getting body fats. They were training differently. They were training shorter but more intense. And then
stopping the alcohol.
Stopping the alcohol, drinking apple juice at the time, but mainly water. These were things that made you think, dear me, something's happening down at Arsenal. And then when you saw them play, in terms of the style was unbelievable. They're probably, outside of Manchester United, my favourite team to watch over the last 20 years.
Well, they had a good balance, didn't they? I mean, they're great players going forward, but they also had a bit of steel about them as well, that team.
Well, I think if you look at the winning sides, that's what they lack now. They lack that steel in midfield. They lack the organisation and the leaders. They haven't got leaders in their team now. And they had 3, 4, 5 down the spine of their team that made a big difference to him back then.
Yeah, and it made a big difference to his record against Man United as well. 59 games he's taken Man United on in all competitions. Only won 18, lost 26, and the win percentage of just 30%. Did you expect that to be a little bit bigger or not?
No, because when I think of Manchester United-Arsenal games, we knew that we were always going to beat Arsenal. Look,
well, you didn't always.
No, but when they used to come to Old Trafford, we used to always think, well, do you know what? They've got these brilliant players playing a different style. But we actually changed our style against Arsenal. We were more aggressive. We got in the faces. We made tackles, which we'll see later on. And they didn't like playing against us. So it was a massive challenge. When you think of the great Arsenal sides, Casey's right, you think of the 98 team or the Invincibles team. Apart from that, they haven't really been able to replicate it.
Perhaps, Casey, you can give us a non-biased answer. Are you surprised at that 30%?
I am, actually. I thought it was higher because I always remember the Arsenal winning the league, obviously, at Old Trafford as well. So, you know, I am an Arsenal fan, so I thought that was higher.
Well, it is Arsenal against Manchester United this weekend, and we spoke to Jose Mourinho ahead of this big match.
You know, especially in these big matches, I'm happy with that emotional balance, because you come to the game, you can see the goal in the City case too, and you don't lose the balance, you don't lose emotional stability, you keep believing in yourself, you keep believing in the plan you have for the game, and you fight to turn things around. The only thing I can ensure is my mentality, is what I control. And I'm reading a few quotes from some of my players where they understand that. And that makes me happy, because they understand that I'm not for fun, that I hate to lose, that I'm serious every match. But again, the only thing we can control is ourselves. We cannot control opponents. Like, for example, this season, if Manchester City, instead of 100 points, does only 85, we would be fighting for for the title. So sometimes people analyze success by comparing yourself with others. But I think sometimes you have success, but some other guys, they were better than you. When he plays well, the team plays well. That's the importance he has for the team. And for example, in the last 4 matches, he had 3 fantastic performances against Manchester City, Tottenham, and Bournemouth. And in 3 matches where he was very good, the team was very good. Very good defensively, very good in the building up, very good in creating chances. Is very, very important for us. And in some matches where he's not at his best level, the team feels it. By leaving, he leaves on me a big responsibility, because we were the 2 managers with more Premier League titles in the current Premier League. His legacy, his memories, his influence will be always in the Premier League. Everybody knows that we had our fights, but I always say that you only have fights with people with the same ambitions that you have, with the same level of responsibility. And we had fights because of that. I wanted to win with Chelsea, I wanted to win with Arsenal, and that's life. But when it goes to an end, in the end, I have lots of respect for the manager, for the person. I feel sorry that he leaves, and I'm pretty sure that our club will show him how big he is and how big Manchester United is in the way we want to welcome him for the next Sunday.
There's no doubt, is there, that Jose Mourinho and Arsene Wenger have their moments over the years. We'll talk more about Arsene Wenger and what he brought tactically to the Premier League shortly. But first, let's talk about Man United and where they're at.
Yeah.
Mourinho's pushing, isn't he, for United to finish in 2nd place in the league. They're in an FA Cup final as well. It's only that Man City have been so good that it perhaps doesn't look that good a season for them.
No, I think we've been consistent on this show this season in terms of United still are the 2nd best team in the league. I know they get a lot of criticism, but I think what's changed over the last, probably since the City game, is the style in which they're playing. I think we've criticised them at times this season for playing standstill football. We just stop it there now, and we see all the players behind the ball. They're in a counter-attack situation, and the minute that Darmian plays that forward now, all of a sudden you've got players that are willing to actually go forward.
And players with pace.
Players with pace, players that look to get forward and actually running without the ball.
So Martial gets in on this occasion down the left-hand side.
Martial makes the run forward, but look at the run now of Marouane Fellaini. He's gone. Marouane Fellaini then tries to do the box. This is the goal.
1 and 2 touch football again, isn't it?
Well, I think, listen, Lingard's in fine form as well, which helps them. You know, this is a great third player.
Runner behind.
Yeah, runner behind. And look at the bodies they're committing to the cross. You know, you don't score goals unless you get that number of bodies in the box.
But if Lingard doesn't make the run, Herrera can't make the pass.
No.
So it's actually the run that makes the goal rather than the pass, because the pass is easy when the run is made.
And everyone talks about Ederson and the delivery and how City play out from the back, and they've got that ability to make these longer passes, if you like. David De Gea's got it as well, hasn't he, for United?
I have to say, as a centre-half, though, I wouldn't be happy with the Bournemouth picture here at all. You look at 1 and 2 there.
There.
Look at the picture.
Yeah.
But having said that, David De Gea exploits it brilliantly.
Yeah. I mean, you need a goalkeeper with this quality, don't you, to deliver that pass over the top. And again, you've got runners into the box again. Well, getting forward.
You can talk all you want about the defending. The minute that he picks the ball up, Martial runs forward, Lukaku runs forward, and now Rashford joins in. So that's 3 runners in 1. Again, counter-attack again. United, which, do you know what I like about this?
2 up top.
It's the 2 up top from corners. I mean, we're in charge of a team that actually we do leave 2 up top, because I think it sends a positive message.
I'll tell you what I like about this is, I'm going to highlight him in the box here. This is Paul Pogba. He was just talking about Paul Pogba and how he's played really well in 3 of the last 4 matches. But look at his position. I mean, he's doing the job defensively in the middle of that 6-yard box, trying to clear the danger. But watch then his energy. When United win the ball, look, here we go. He's run past now, 10 players?
Yeah, that's just desire and commitment, isn't it? And look at Rashford as well joining in. No, it's fast, it's quick, they're breaking lines, they're getting beyond.
Do we see enough of this from Paul Pogba?
No, we don't, but we have done in the last 4 games. Jose Mourinho alluded to it there.
So is that good man management from Jose Mourinho, leaving him out, giving him a bit of a rest out of the team at times?
You know, he left him out because he wasn't playing well enough.
Yeah.
Not because he wanted to punish him, he wasn't playing well enough. This is Pogba again. Pogba's in that position there, and you can say United have got positive players up front. They've not got everybody behind the ball parking the bus, but the minute that ball goes forward...
Well, he's looking to get the ball, isn't he, to short. It doesn't come, then he spins away. But it's running again, it's going without the ball, isn't it?
No, absolutely, and he's exploiting this place. And I think, if you think about it, he got left out. There was rumours he was on the transfer list. You know, if that's the kick he needed, he's definitely got it. And it's taken the shackles off him a little bit.
Yeah.
When he's got more defensive duties to do, he hasn't got the freedom to get forward. He's not thinking about defending there. He's thinking about how can I support this front two? How can I get forward and how can I create?
He's key, isn't he, for United?
The best thing about Pogba is, and I said this after the semi-final on Saturday when they beat Spurs, is that the least amount of touches Pogba has in the game and the more running he does, he actually produces better performances because 1-2 touch in midfield, but actually, you see his running power in them 2 clips. He leaves people for dead and nobody can stay with him.
We heard from Jose Mourinho, he was talking about Paul Pogba, the influence he's had in those last 3 or 4 games. He also talked a bit about his relationship with Arsene Wenger, and it has been tetchy, hasn't it, at times over the years? He said they're both winners.
Yeah, well, you know, you think Ferguson, Wenger, now all of a sudden they're best friends because they're not rivals. And
Are they best friends?
Well, they're close, they respect each other. I think now with Jose and Wenger, Wenger isn't a threat to Jose anymore. So all of a sudden, Jose's almost saying to the Man United crowd, show this man the respect he's got. But you look at the footage that we had before, they were fighting on the touchline, they were having a go at each other. They hated each other.
Yeah, they didn't like, you know, I'm sure you're going to come across it in your managerial careers. There's going to be managers you don't get on with, you don't agree with the philosophy, you don't agree with the way they do things, you know, and Jose's very good at putting out little messages in the media that also wind up other managers.
It's the managers that are in direct contact that I think end up clashing because they're fighting for the same thing. Jose and Wenger, they were the top 2. Arsenal, Chelsea, top 2 in the league, fighting for the league title.
Mourinho had the better of it, though, didn't he?
He did, and I think that's why Jose did go a little bit step 5. I think, what did he say? He's a success at failure, something like that. Master of failure at the time, which was a little bit disrespectful, but you've got to say Wenger has stood the test of time. His longevity means that he's probably equal to Jose.
That was United last time out in the league. That was at Bournemouth. What about Arsenal? You were at the game, weren't you, against West Ham?
I was at the game.